Thumbkin. A woman was once stringing bins in her kitchen, and she thought to herself, "Oh, why have I not got a little baby boy? If I had only one as big as one of these bins or as big as my thumb, I should be content. How I would love it, and dress it, and talk to it." As she was speaking thus to herself and finishing off the beans, suddenly she thought they all turned into little baby boys, jumping and writhing about. She was so startled and afraid that she shook out her apron, in which they all lay, into a big bowl of water with which she was going to wash the beans. And then she hid her head in her apron so as not to see what happened, and after a while she looked out from under her apron and looked at the bowl, and there were all the little boys floating and drowned, except one little boy at the top, and she took pity on him and drew him out of the bowl. Then she showed him to her husband when he came home. "We have always wanted a boy," she said to him, "even if it were not bigger than our thumbs, and here we have him." So they took him and dressed him up in a little doll's dress and made much of him, and he learned to talk, but he never grew any bigger than their thumbs, and so they called him Thumbkin. One day the man had to go down into the field, and he said to his wife, "My dear, I am going to get ready the horse and cart, and then I am going down to the field to reap, and just at 11 o'clock I want you to drive the cart down for me." "Isn't that just like a man?" said his wife. "I suppose you will want your dinner at 12, and how do you expect me to get it ready if I have to drive your horse and cart down to the field and then have to stretch back on my 2 toes and get your dinner ready? What do you think I am made of?" "Well, it has to be done," said the man, "even if dinner has to be late." So they commenced quarreling, till Thumbkin called out, "Leave to me, father, leave to me." "Why, what can you do?" asked the man. "Well," said Thumbkin, "if mother will only put me in Dobbin's ear, I can guide him down to the field as well as she could." At first they laughed, but then they thought they would try. So the man went off to the field, and at 11 o'clock the woman put Thumbkin into the horse's right ear, and he immediately called out, "Gee!" and the horse began to move, and as it went on towards the field Thumbkin kept calling out, "Right, left, right," and so on till they got near the field. Now it happened that 2 men were coming that way, and they saw a horse and cart coming towards them, with nobody on it, and yet the horse was picking his way and turning the corners just as if somebody was guiding him. So they followed the horse and cart till they got to the field. When they saw the man take Thumbkin out of the horse's ear and stroke him and thank him, they looked at one another and said, "That lad is a wonder. If we can exhibit him we will make our fortunes." So the men went up to the man and said, "Will you sell that lad?" But the man said, "No, not for a fortune. He's the light of our life." But Thumbkin, who was seated on the man's shoulder, whispered to him, "Sell me and I'll soon get back." So the man after a time agreed to sell Thumbkin for a great deal of money, and the men took him away with them. "How shall we carry him?" said they. But Thumbkin called out, "Put me on the rim of your hat and I shall be able to see the country." And that is what they did. After a time as it got dusk the men sat down by the wayside to eat their supper, and the man took off his hat and put it on the ground, when Thumbkin jumped off and hid himself in the crevice of a tree. When they had finished their supper the men looked about to find Thumbkin, but he was not there, and after a while they had to give up the search and go away without him. When they had gone 3 robbers came and sat down near the 3 where Thumbkin was and began to speak of their plans to rob the squire's house.